Every day I want you to make a to-do list, right? I want you to have a piece of pen and paper, right? I want you to create a to-do list, right? Write down exactly what needs to be accomplished for that day. Any tasks, any objectives, right? I need you to write them down and have them listed one by one, right? I need you to write those down and have them listed one by one. And beside it, I want you to have a line next to each one. And by the end of the day, on that line, it should either have check marks or X's, right? So that you could tally up and pretty much account for everything that you've accomplished for that day versus everything you missed out on, right? And then at the end of the day, you'll reflect on every task that you achieved, all the objectives that you accomplished, and the ones that are going to be pushed for the next day, right? What this to-do list is, what the purpose of it is for you to be more strategic and um, accomplish your goals on a day-to-day basis, right? Because these small objectives, these small tasks is what's going to lead to the bigger picture down the line, right? So every day, at the start of the day, or even it could be the night before, right? You have a pen and paper, pencil and paper, right? And just write down your to-do list, right? Everything I want to get done, right? So one of my big objectives right now is like getting in better shape, right? Getting more toned up. I think health is so important because without it, we can't exist. So one of my to-do lists for tomorrow is to knock out 200 push-ups, right? I feel like that definitely helps. Push-ups helps with core, right? Triceps, biceps, stamina, posture, right? Confidence, everything. So my objective is at least 200 push-ups. I have a book that I'm reading called The Power of Habit. So I like to try keep at least 20 pages, right? At least one book a month. If you can incorporate that as well, reading is so vital. Knowledge is power, I'm telling you. Once you start reading and getting into books, any type of books that about self-development, or even books that just allows you to read and think at a higher level and interpret things different. It's a lot of nuggets that you'll find in these different books. So I would highly incorporate that in some type of like educational hobby that you have. So definitely look into like any books that piques your interest. So another goal of mine on my to-do list is to read at least 20 pages of the Power of Habit book that I have. So I'll have that, and then so those are two. So we're doing health, then we're going into education, right? So those are two, and then our biggest thing is wanting to be consistent. So if we could habitually make our to-do list and stick to it, right? I think that's one of our hardest constraints is being consistent. So mark it on our calendar, right? Each day, we're gonna have a to-do list and all of our objectives, whether that be work related, personal development related, or financial related. We're gonna have it done. Anything that's gonna progress us towards our goals, right? So one of my goals right now is to obtain like a certification, right? Certification. So tomorrow, another goal of mine is to um, spend or allocate 2 hours towards studying for the cyber certification. So we'll do 2 hours um, of study, right? So 2 hours of study, and then another goal of mine is to learn another language. So I'll dedicate at least 30 minutes to an hour, right? 30 minutes to 1 hour of um, learning Spanish. So Spanish is the language that I want to learn. So we'll make sure that at least 30 minutes to an hour we'll spend um, learning Spanish and working towards learning Spanish. So whether that be YouTube content, any apps that we might have, Duolingo, right? Just learn vocabulary, um, actively listening, reading, right? This will help us be bilingual. So that's one of my biggest goals to become bilingual. Um, so we got health, education, um, and pretty much those are my main two goals, right? Another thing that I have on my to-do list is to reach out to a family member, right? Right. So reach out to a family member, call them, right? Check in on whoever it might be, whoever you haven't spoke to in a while. Just call them. I'm pretty sure they'll be great. They'll be elated to hear your voice, happy and appreciative to hear your voice. So that's another goal of mine is to reach out to a family member that I haven't in a while, right? So that's another on my to-do list. So those are my few tasks and objectives for tomorrow. But this is something that you can incorporate into your life, and you'll see a difference, right?